My name's Samantha and I'm here today with Hilda. She's a representative from the South Coast Angels and she's going to be talking to us a little bit about what the South Coast Angels do, what the group is involved in, and what to look forward to for the following year.
As you said, it's called the South Coast Angels, which is basically a group of local lower South Coast business ladies. I would say most probably more entrepreneurs than corporate ladies, who have been in business for a while and got together because they identified the opportunity to pay it forward, as we like to say. So it's not necessarily just charitable work, it's actually making a real sustainable difference to the local community and specifically women-centric type projects.
Yes.
Our latest project, which is what hopefully we'll talk a little bit more about, is called SUBS, which was established last year as a Women's Month drive, but is now extended to now due to interest, which is really addressing the need of so many girls at school who are staying home when they have their period because they have no option either to procure or dispose of female sanitary wear.
Okay, and obviously there's a self-conscious issue that goes into going to school when you're on your period and you're a young girl, and education is an issue.
Absolutely. Okay. You know, we sort of asked around, and even that, just the discussion around what is a period, when it happens, how does it happen, what do you do, is not being spoken about. So there's certainly a huge educational component to it as well.
Okay. And SUBS, more about what is SUBS itself, and who was the initiative? Was it a South Coast Angels initiative, or can you explain a little bit more about that?
Sure. Like I said, it was identified as one of the projects or drives that we wanted to do around Women's Month, because it is this whole concept of we're a bunch of women, so we're doing it for women and it's by women. In this instance, specifically for younger girls. A lady by the name of Sue Barnes, who lives in Durban, she works in the rag trade, was involved in a similar kind of drive at her daughter's school, where in Durban they had identified a disadvantaged school and wanted to give the girls their packs of sanitary pads. She was involved, as I said, and sort of had a look at this and said, you know, there's got to be a better way and there's got to be a more sustainable way due to the cost, you know, and often the disposal of disposable sanitary wear. She's in the rag trade, as I said, so she developed this pack. It's called SUBS. I asked her, it doesn't stand for anything, it's just a catchy word. It's SUBS with a Z. And it's basically a pack that consists of 3 panties and 9 rewashable pads. It's biodegradable, it's very green, it's very user-friendly, etc. And it has obviously then increased the lifespan, it's not disposable per se, of around 3 to 4 years. Our big drive was to say we don't want to give them a solution to the sanitary problem, we want to buy education. We want to empower them to go to school and enable them to go to school. And why are we saying that is because it's been proven that these girls, either due to lack of education or procurement of sanitary wear, actually don't go to school during their menstrual cycle every month. So if you add that up, that comes to between 2 to 3 months of the year that they simply don't go to school. There's nothing wrong with them, but they just don't, they stay away. It's also because at the schools there's no option to dispose.
Yes.
And obviously the hygiene is not great. So our thrust was if we could get the community, the local community and beyond involved in subsidizing and sponsoring SUBS packs, we could actually buy school months, weeks, years.
Yes.
And it's literally come to, if you buy 1 pack, you can keep 1 girl in school for literally another 3 years of her school lifespan, provided that everything goes smoothly.
Yes.
And that is a hugely empowering thing. It's also to communicate to these girls the importance of going to school during that time.
That their period should not hold them back.
Absolutely. It's not a disability.
And Sue Barnes, a little bit more about her. Is she a member of your
She's
group?
not a member. She's up in Durban. She lives in Durban. Still working actually full time. But her efforts through SUBS has actually been recognised to the extent that she has been nominated and voted and awarded Clarence Woman of the Year.
Wow, okay.
She's also been on television. She's had wonderful
Okay.
coverage. She's been in several media
Okay.
outlets. Sorry, not media outlets, in magazines and
Yes.
publications, which is absolutely wonderful.
Okay.
And her heart is just in the most amazing place. So it's these very good synergies
Between your South
between
Coast
our-
Angels value system
absolutely,
and herself.
absolutely, yes.
How did the Angels get involved when it came to...
The Angels got involved in the individual capacities, but also through their businesses, and we've managed to date to raise about 20,000 rand, which is around 90 packs.
Okay.
We have then also said, because it's a local drive, we want local girls to benefit. We're in the process of identifying the actual school or schools where this distribution will take place.
Yes.
So it will be about 90 girls who will
Yes.
benefit. And the date of distribution has been set at the 23rd of May, which is a Friday, where Sue is actually going to join us. We're going to have a
Okay.
social worker and at least 2 teachers to also help talk through the process, because it's obviously a rather
So
foreign
a
concept. a
handover,
physical
of subs.
handover of 90
Handover of
packs,
subs. Okay.
yes.
If you see something with South Coast Angels on it, know that it's women that know what they're doing and that are making a decided difference in the community. So
Thank you, Sam.
yeah.
And just to say, if people maybe want to find out more about subs per se, the website is www.subz.co.za.
Okay, 100%. And the South Coast Angels, do they have a website?
They don't have a website, but they're fairly active on Facebook, so you can find
Them on the Facebook page to hear about the events and what's happening.
Correct.
Thank you, Hilda.
Thank you.